Hello, everyone. Good morning. Greetings from, my place. And a big hello to everyone watching this in the future, of course. James is here. What a surprise. And James discovered that I had set my stream to the wrong time, 8 p.m. instead of 8 a.m. So yeah, he saved us. Sent me a message also on Instagram. And I was just on Instagram, which is kind of a coincidence because usually I don't have the time. But yeah, so I saw immediately, oh my God, and went to my computer and changed the settings. I mean, yeah, I would have realized by latest when I would have wanted to stream and be like, that's not the right time. So I'm happy that this was solved. Yeah, and seems like James is back from vacation. Oh my God. I hope. Or probably it wasn't the most relaxing vacation. Dilara is here. Hello. Good morning, beautiful people. And Dilara asked James, do you remember what happened yesterday? Or do you have gaps in memory? Do we really want to know? James, a few weeks missing time. A haze in some stories that can't be shared on YouTube. Oh yeah, and we have, that's probably Lilith. She tends to make herself quite memorable and erases everything else. Therapy. So yeah, we need to figure out why James is so good at pretending to have multiple personalities. Yeah, I wonder why. I mean, yeah, Tom yesterday tried to explain it that it's all just for the filing system, but I think we all know the truth. Emmy is here. Hello, good morning. I hope you have a great morning, Emmy. Therapy, he might want to channel this into an actual piece of fiction. Yeah, this would be fun. And just Dilara just said yesterday, there is already, I mean, we all know some stories, fiction stories with people with several personalities or with split personalities or however you call this condition. And Dilara just said yesterday that she's currently reading a book. And maybe it would be fun to have a more comedic look at this topic, like not usually with what Dilara is reading about criminals even or murder mysteries, that this is sometimes an angle. And so, but maybe you can also use a fun perspective and write about it as James is doing usually here. So yeah, maybe this is a good prompt to start from. The card of the day. Don't dim to fit in. And it's also asking you, how are you dimming your light in order to fit in? And we had this card before, I'm pretty sure. I mean, I had this card a lot of times. And I think, or this morning I thought about in regards to writing that often doubts while writing come from that we think these stories we know aren't like that, and maybe we learn of several or of certain structures a story should have, or the hero's journey. And sometimes when we have idea, maybe we aren't brave enough to really write them like that as they come up for us. And so, but I think what came to my mind when I was thinking about a card is that first you should write with your gut, without even thinking about rules or anything. And later you can think about it when you are revising it or when you are in an editing phase. Then you can go back to, does this really work? Or so. And I mean, in regards to the card, don't dim to fit in. Don't think about anything while you're writing or creative. That might kind of sets boundaries to your creativity. So just set it free, as James does here in the chat with the multiple personalities. Just play and have fun and really follow your, like I said, your gut or your heart, and the brain can come in later in the editing phase. Maybe that's what the card is reminding us of. How are you dimming your light in order to fit in? Yeah, especially with writing novels. I sometimes, also with my first novel, it's a bit different. It's more like a TV series with several cases they are working on. And I always had some doubts about it because it's kind of different in that sense, but I still kept it because, yeah, I wouldn't have known how to make it differently. And I, yeah, in the end, try to be brave with it. James is just nuts. Oh, we haven't seen the drunk kitty in a while, I have to say. Good to see you. So I already set up a first sprint for us. So let's just jump into it and follow our creative endeavors for the next 20 minutes. Enjoy. Okie dokie. You did great. Yes, that was our first sprint. And how did you do? Dilara wanted to use the sprint for writing. This will be my only sprint today because I'm going to Pilates, but I'll make this a good one. Have my coffee ready to write words. That's awesome. I hope you could really make use of the sprint. And I hope you enjoy the Pilates lesson or session. Yeah, I remember that you, I think, always on Tuesday have your Pilates. Ooh, 507 words. Oh, that's a lot for 20 minutes. So you really did well. Awesome. That's a great start into the day. Ooh, and Emmy is starting to edit an old vlog. So was this something you recorded but never uploaded? Ciao, Dilara. Till tomorrow. And that's why now you're looking at it again. The vlog, sorry. Yeah, because you say it's an old vlog, so I'm guessing that you haven't used it yet, the material, and now want to use it. Angelisa is here. Good morning. Hello. It's good to see you. How are you doing? I hope you're in a good writing mood, or maybe you have other plans for the stream. I don't know. Let me set up our sprint number 2. So I've been working on, I've been looking again at the scene from yesterday, because I felt it's still just at some part not really clear what they're talking about. So I wanted to add some more. And now, while doing that, I thought maybe this other thing also should be mentioned. So I might stay a bit on the scene today to really, until I really feel like, okay, now I got it. It's quite long, and so I really want to make sure that I didn't miss anything that I want to add or need to add for my readers to make it make sense, to make it sense for them. Amy says hi to Jalisa, and I want to set up sprint number 2. I think I need to create some more timers. After some time, I always get kind of bored looking at my timers. We could use the cat timer today, but I will use this for our long sprint. Or maybe we want to use something darker. Cooling. It's kind of more cooling. I don't know. It's the dark forest timer, which I originally prepared or made for Halloween, but why not? We can always have a walk in a the drunken kitty wants a cat timer. Yeah, we'll have it next. So let's first enjoy a 25-minute sprint, and afterwards we will have our 40-minute cat timer for the cat, for the drunken kitty. So enjoy, have fun. Okay, my friends, that was sprint number 2. How did everybody do? I continued working on my scene, and it was good that I went back to it because I realized that there's a conflict in the scene, and one character decides to leave, and I felt it wasn't quite clear really why she so suddenly leaves, because there are some underlying issues she has, and now I could work that in a bit so that it makes more sense that she reacts that way. So I hope that it's better now, the scene for the reader. Maybe I will now in the next sprint read through it one more time to see if the language is still okay, especially when you make a lot of changes, or when I do this, I often feel like, is it still good from the phrasing and wording with everything? But when I'm done with the whole manuscript, I will read through it again and probably find those little things when you have doublings in phrases or words and stuff like that. So yeah. Oh yeah, I asked for some ideas for timers if you have wishes, so that I can be a bit more excited about making new timers. But I already got some cool ideas from Emmy. A bird feeder sounds positively yummy, says the drunken kitty. Yeah, so that made me say that maybe a drunken kitty timer is also a good idea, and maybe my daughters can help me with some more new timers as well. Several people look forward to the conversation where your husband asks why your daughters are drawing pictures of drunk cats. Yeah. Maybe they can help me with some other timers. But you never know. Maybe they also would enjoy. Mark joined us. Good morning. Hello. Just yesterday, I saw a video on the difference, I think, parenting from children in Germany compared to the US. And one thing they said was, it was from an American person who lives in Germany now, how they were shocked that here it's way more normal that kids will see adults drink alcohol. I mean, you can start drinking alcohol at the age of 16, like light alcohol, like beer and stuff like that. And while in the US, you're only allowed to drink from the age of 21, which is quite a difference. So maybe my husband, what I want to say is, wouldn't be as shocked as you think when I told my kids to draw me a drunken kitty. I don't know. I think they said they were shocked that here you can go to restaurants that have a bar as well, and kids would be still allowed. I mean, they're not allowed into if it's just a bar, for alcohol, I think. But if you go to places, it's no problem to take your smaller kids or older kids to places where you can also drink harder alcohol. I don't know. I think that's what they meant when they said they were shocked. But yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't know a place, or maybe in the restaurants sometimes you have bars there. It's not, I think I'm not sure, but in US movies I've seen that sometimes they have this bar in a restaurant, and people who are waiting for a table can take a seat at the bar and get a drink, but that's not typical here, at least in my part of Germany. That's why, I don't know, I think the person who made the video was more in Munich, so maybe it's a bit different, but I don't know. It's just, I always love to hear about or to watch videos that kind of show the differences in culture between different countries, especially US and Germany, comparisons like that. It's always fun to watch and see, because often we aren't aware, I mean, I've been to the US only for a couple of days, so I didn't have really time, and it wasn't that of an immersive experience to visit New York, But for instance, when my daughter is going to the US for about 10, 11 months, this will be way more immersive and probably culture shock for her in some areas. Because here, I think that we had a talk with the lady from the organization that, kind of will help us get her a placement and stuff like that. And she already told her that the US parents are a lot stricter. And I also heard that it's not common that you just go for a walk, for instance, outside, and kids walking around alone is also not common here. Oh yeah, that's also what you mentioned yesterday in the video, that kindergarten kids usually walk around a lot with an adult person, of course, but they go to the swimming pool or stuff like that, all by foot, or take the tram or bus. And school kids go to school alone. My son also walks to school alone in the morning. It's not far, it's like 2 minutes, but still, that's something that wouldn't be happening in the US, stuff like that. So I can imagine it will be quite a culture shock for her. Jelisa got 50 words. The 21 age, boo. And you're 34. Yeah, I've been thinking about that, the alcohol age, or the age when you can start to drink. I think alcohol in general is kind of a problem, as it is a drug. But then, on the other hand, I think it's okay I think the German idea is that when kids or teenagers start drinking earlier, they and it's not as forbidden, it's more open, that people talk about alcohol consumption. I don't know, maybe that helps them to understand everything. While when it's totally forbidden, like almost a crime, I don't know how it really is in the US, and then suddenly at the age of 21 you are allowed, people might struggle with their alcohol consumption. I don't know. I imagine it's just like in comparison to parents who don't allow their kids any TV or computer games, and as soon as they with friends have this problem now. Their son is 18 and he bought himself a gaming computer, and they were always very strict about the time he could have anything like that, any technical gadgets. And now he, with his own money, he bought himself a gaming computer and is constantly on this computer because he loves it, and maybe never learned to pace, not do it all the time. So I don't know, there are different parenting strategies, of course. Mark, walking alone to kindergarten about 10 minutes was normal for me. Yes, I also had to go to kindergarten and get my younger sister. So I still vividly remember that I hated that I had to do it. So after school, I had to go and get her from the kindergarten, and then we walked home alone together because my mom had to work. I mean, it was easier for them, and so true, that was normal. I think nowadays, okay, I'm living in a bigger city now, but usually even that isn't normal anymore. I would say here it's also become a bit stricter with that. Kindergarten kids don't walk to kindergarten anymore alone on their own. Yeah, that's why I find it interesting to compare to other countries or to the past, yes, to how it was in the past. And I think with the kids and their freedom, roaming around. It's more restricted even here in Germany now than in the past. And I think it has a lot to do with media and the negativity we always see with the news. We always are bombarded with bad things happening. And science already found out that people nowadays feel like we are surrounded by crime, while the crime rates have gone down, so they have a wrong impression of reality just because of the media and this influence. And that's why we are more afraid to let our kids run around outside alone. And I think in the US it's probably a bit worse, even because maybe even the crime rates are higher, but so people are just afraid because what they're seeing. And nowadays with the true crime podcasts, just imagine. That's why I don't listen to any of that, because I think this will just scare me and make me, keep my kids at home all the time. Therapy. In a more sane society, light use of beer and wine in late teens wouldn't be an issue. Problem is this alcohol has a profound effects on parts of the brain that are still developing into the mid-20s. Yes, that's why I also said, alcohol consumption, I'm also divided on that. I'm also not sure if, in general, alcohol is a good idea. So I don't drink alcohol. I haven't been drinking alcohol for like 3 years now. I stopped doing it because of health reasons mainly, because I always struggle with headaches and stuff. But in general, I think alcohol consumption is really bad. My sister went to at university, they had this overview of the different kinds of drugs and the effects on the body and the brain, and alcohol was really, really bad. She always tells me that, like, in comparison to weed, for instance, it was way more addictive. And it's so common in society to drink it that and heavy drinking and liquor are the issue. And especially young people want to try stuff out. And I also remember that I drank harder, I don't know, more sweet stuff, but as a teen. So I'm also not 100% in support of early drinking age, and I think the parents play a big role as how they consume alcohol. So my husband drinks alcohol, but never at home, really, only when we go out into a restaurant or something. So I hope this has a good influence on our children, that we aren't drinking that much. James, in the US, suburban development makes walking dangerous for adults. Ooh, much less children. Americans have become accustomed to sensationalized accounts of child abduction since the mid-1980s. Yes, that was a topic as well in the video. That it's, I mean, we had those too, definitely, or have those probably still, and whenever something happens like that, of course, the media are like all over it, and it's the worst fear of any parent, of course. That makes a lot of sense. So, but for the development of children, I think it's very important that they have a certain amount of freedom, are allowed to roam around and do their thing. And also, I struggle with it. I let my teenage daughter go meet their friends alone, by foot, of course. It's normal. So I have to learn to let go in that regard. So so it's time for a cat timer. Where is it? It vanished. Oh no, here it is. It plays an ad. So let's watch it together. Oh, ad 1 of 2. There will be another ad after that. Let's see what comes up. Ooh. Oh yeah. Let's skip it. here we go. Enjoy the beautiful cat timer. Okay, my friends, that was our 40-minute cat sprint. How did everybody do? I finished working on my scene and went on to the next. Progress. Very good. Yeah, and I'm happy with the scene I just finished with the results. So oh yeah, and Emmy said, I remembered I have actual therapy appointment scheduled and now I have to change the entire plan of the day around it. I would hate if that happened to me. So yeah, I hope you can figure it out. And I mean, the therapy appointment is probably a good thing. So it's just that you just remembered it right now. And yeah, I hope you can figure those things out and it's not too stressful for you to have to change the whole plan for the day. Yeah, what else can I say? I can set up our last sprint already, maybe. We still got some time, so I think we still should take a break. I think a 40-minute sprint is quite long, but nevertheless, let's already set up a timer. Because it's quiet in the chat right now. Yeah, I've been thinking since yesterday about which project I want to do next when I'm finished with this one. I don't know if I think when I have worked through my revision now at the stage I'm at right now, yeah, probably I will have to go on vacation because it's summer. I hope I can finish. Oh yeah, I think I should finish so I can go on vacation. Won't have any time to write then anyway, probably. And pick up, Chalisa. You just wanted to make some noise in the chat. So yeah, and when I will come back from vacation, I probably will read through the manuscript. So I think, I will maybe have time to look at another project in the fall, which would be great to actually cool. Maybe for November, October, November, the perfect time to for NaNoWriMo or something to jump into a new old project. We'll see. But yeah, oh, Ian is here. Hello, good morning. Everyone's saying hi. Drunk Kitty, sorry, too busy waking up our cute friend from the last sprint. Yeah. And did you have any success? Probably not. So yeah. But it's always coming back to the plans for my writing projects. It's also a good motivation to think about, when I'm finished, when I'm finally done with this one, I can focus on another project, an exciting project. Oh, and during the sprint, I also thought about that I might delete a scene. I'm still thinking about it. It's not the scene I'm working on right now, but the next one. I'm still not sure. Maybe I will just leave it be as it is, and then when I'm reading through the manuscript, leave the scene out and see if this makes any difference. Probably the best way to go about it, to find out if the scene is necessary. Maybe I mean, in the scene there are some important things, but it's more about the characters. Maybe I can work this into other scenes. It might get too boring for people. But yeah, those are the thoughts I'm having while working on my manuscript. Ian says hi to Mark. Oh, how was your kids' school trip? I hope it was fun. Maybe if you want to share a bit more. James, we all need rewards before we delve too deeply into the next thing. Yes, that's true. Maybe vacation is already reward enough. I don't know. That's what I hate about vacation, honestly. It's so stupid to say it. I mean, it's good that I have a vacation coming up, but I usually don't have the time to write or do anything like that. I can read, but as we are going to go camping again, which is I'm usually all over the place with my mind, anxiety ridden. So that it's more like, finally I'm back home again, and then fall season is starting, which I'm always looking forward to. So brain begins to rebel when it doesn't get to have its rewards. Yeah, definitely. We need good rewards that we love working towards, like, okay, when I put in this energy now, then I can have my reward. Mark, you could add the scene at the end of the book as unused scenes. Yeah, no, please don't take me seriously. Yeah, but sometimes they, with movies, they do this, like additional scenes or something like that. I don't know how it's called, but yes. Some people have a scene cemetery or something like that, a folder where you throw everything in that you delete and feel like, oh, but it was so written so well, or I loved the idea, but I have to cut it. My editor forced me to. Ian, a good trip, I think, but he usually hates to tell us, so it's a lot of guesswork. Oh, he's one of those kids, yeah. Yeah, all the parents struggle with when the kids don't want to share. I love unused scenes and bloopers. See? Yeah, I also I love to watch bloopers on YouTube, and some scenes where you're like, why didn't they put it in? It's so good. Therapy, enjoy the change of pace. Maybe keep a notebook as an invitation for new ideas to flow in. Yeah, I will probably take my little writing device, my free white, with me. It's a bit dirty, but I especially got it, I think, last year, if you remember, for my camping trips, so that I can, in the morning while I have my coffee, sit outside and write a bit. Write down some ideas. Yeah, I usually struggle a bit with the camping aspect, but because of family, I'm still doing it. And probably because we move a lot, and that's why I'm struggling with writing, because my mind always needs to adjust to the new environment. But this time we will also stay at one camping place for about a week. So because the kids want to go surfing there and in the south of France, so we already booked the space there. That's why I'm knowing more, thinking about vacation already. And so this will be a good opportunity to let my thoughts linger and maybe write a bit. We'll see what happens. Emmy, but because I like see things in process, that's why I'm doing more of concept art recently. Oh, yeah. Awesome. Therapy, pace, not base. Oh. Oh, the change. Yeah, of course, makes a lot of sense. Enjoy the change of pace. Wondering where the Freudian slip might be in that one. Oh my God, scene cemetery. I need this. Yeah, I think I love the idea. I don't really have one, but some people need this special place. You can also call it differently, but I like scene cemetery because those are the ones you won't use. James, now I want to hold a funeral. Yeah, for all the darlings that writers have to kill. Mark, no, I'm thinking about a story on unused characters coming together in a self-help group. Now, yes. Yeah, that's a fantastic idea. It reminds me of, do you know the movie? Oh, what's it called in English? Mm. It's, Wreck-It Ralph. It's about the video game characters, and in the beginning, there's the scene where all the villains come together in a self-help group and talk about it being a villain. And Ralph, the main character, struggles with this. He doesn't want to be the villain. That's the premise of the story. So it's a great movie. I've seen it because the kids loved it 12 times, but it's really cool and funny. And so, yeah, this self-help group idea for unused characters is great. Yeah, see, James loves it too. Ian, if we ever do a meetup, please no camping. Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely not really my thing. I'm only each year I'm just doing it for the kids, and it's just so much cheaper than anything else. And everyone else in my family really enjoys camping. So, of course, I'm like, okay, and not again. And because they know I'm not a big fan of camping, that's why we are staying at this place for 1 week. So that's more for me than for the others. They would just, drive around and find camping places, wild camping places, beautiful ones, and then have fun. But because of me, we decided to book a place for a week, which is quite expensive, honestly. So, James, unused characters who wander in limbo looking for an abandoned story that they can bring to life with their unique presence. Yeah, it's a really great idea. Oh my god. Oh yeah. What if my alters are actually come crazy person's unused characters? A good movie to watch with a kid. Thanks. Yes, it is. It's a really great movie. I love it. Also, the message of it, it's a really good. I think personally, I love the humor. It's fun and yeah, very very. It's also a bit. I don't know how old your kid is. It's exciting, So, but I love it. The kids loved it too. I have to watch it again with them. We haven't seen it in a while. I think there's also a second movie, but I haven't seen it. I don't know if it's good or not. So, okay, yeah, I already have set up the timer. So, yeah, this year we aren't going to the UK. I'm just realizing that last year we went to the UK to go surfing. This year it's France again. The last time I went to France, I got really sick, so but I hope, fingers crossed, this year will be better. I couldn't I wanted to fly back so that they could continue camping without me. I wanted to come back a bit earlier than my family, and I couldn't because I got an ear infection. Maybe some of you remember. So I hope this time this doesn't happen again. So, but okay, doesn't really matter to you guys. So let's jump into our final spread of the day. Enjoy. Yeah, that's the end of today's stream. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you have a great rest of the day and rest of the night shift. And oh yeah, and Ian says, all you good people have a great day. Yes, that's what I want to say too. And I will be back tomorrow, hopefully in good spirits. So have a great time. Till then, see you soon, my friends. Ciao, ciao, ciao.